I'm
did
sorry.
it.
It was just my account.
It's so.
Oh,
It
Hello.
does
okay.
it doesn't like me at all sometimes. Hi, you guys.
Your
Hi,
account is
That's,
hating
David.
on you.
I
Oh, they're
thought you
hate.
weren't going to be able to get in.
I can
They
hear
hate
you
on us
guys
all
really
the
bad.
time.
Well, listen, I mean, you guys are all, your footprint is all over the community, man. You know what I mean? So, better place to start hating, I guess, would be over in your area. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's pretty much the reason why we wanted you guys to come and hang out with us today because we see you. We see you out. You see you guys are everywhere out there. You're out there helping growers grow better. You know,
Yeah.
and I can't seem to understand um, how much work you put into this. So I figure you guys can explain to us. You know, when let me start with Candy. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Candy. I mean, I know you're involved with the cultivating life, so
We're going to act like we
Really?
don't know.
Yeah, I'm from Southern California and I've been in Oklahoma for 2 years. Um, and I started growing, it's going to be 2 years in November. But I am so not only fascinated with the plant itself and growing, but really have gotten into the homesteading piece as well. So we grow our own fruits and vegetables. We have 9 girl ducks. I have a bunny that I strictly have just for immediate fertilizer to my outdoor gardens.
No
Um,
way.
yeah, we've got cats here that take care of the varmint population. We've rescued all kinds of animals, and really, it's just a lifestyle, you know.
yeah.
I do grow, and I do. It's not that I have a perpetual grow, but I always have something going on, and I
Hmm.
love it. I love the fierceness of watching something from seed to flower. It's just so beautiful to me.
I know
Uh,
that's.
but yeah, and it's crazy because I met Ganix through an interview. He came on Grow Me Gardens. It wasn't called Grow Me Gardens at the time, but me and a couple of other people decided to really make this stick and start interviewing folks. And um, they're no longer with us, so we just decided to take it to a better level. You know, more user friendly, approachable, have the right people on that we're interviewing. But that's it. We just love everybody here, and we want to give as much as we can because you guys do this whole circle of people. They do so much for our souls every day, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
That's
that's awesome.
amazing.
That's
So,
amazing, man. That's yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
so you started with, well, not started with, you have a actual farm with animals on it. How, and you maintain that and use fertilizer for your plants with your
I
the dropping.
Yep, I just immediately take all the shaving. I just did it today before we went live. I just take he poops in a cat litter box in shavings, so you can just build those shavings up directly into your soil. Then in the fall, well, really the winter here, I will cover everything with a mulch topping and then just I'll till it a little bit on top and just start right back up. I would take you
Uh,
outside, but it's been
it's
raining,
okay.
so I'm not going to go out there.
That's
You
awesome.
guys
Get
can
your
come on
umbrella.
Friday night when we do Grow Me Gardens, not this week, but
Yes.
next week. And I
Yeah.
usually always show the outdoor garden.
It's just great to
Awesome.
hear your
Yeah,
process. It's just great to hear it.
and
It's so many different ones.
I live in a rural area, but I literally live on a main street. So we just converted the yard. So it's like everybody else's yard, except for we've got trellises and vegetables growing everywhere. And I mean,
Uh,
people crack up. They're like, "Do you
I'm
have a
dream. Yeah,
veggie
Pretty
garden?"
that's
badass.
stuff I dream about. I'm dreaming
Oh
about
God,
trying to
I
get a
know it.
bunch of land and cultivate on and
Live
Listen, you don't
off the
need a
grid.
bunch of land. You just need a little tiny area where you can grow upright. It's always best to grow up instead of out.
right.
You can get one trellis that is, maybe 4 feet wide, and you can grow a lot of stuff in there. You don't have to have a lot of
Yeah,
acreage. I think I'm on 7,500 square feet total with the house. So we've just made do with what we have, and do your homework. You don't want to be tearing down and rebuilding over
yeah.
and over. Do it right the first time and you will be forever rewarded. Forever.
My
The best
wife
part
and
is
parents.
I watched that whole backyard do the conversion from an empty, normal looking backyard to what it is now. Craziness.
Awesome.
The
My
amount of
wife
work that
and
she's
Mr.
done this
420
did the same
Organic,
thing.
over the last
tell
year
us
is unreal.
420. So, Mr.
420.
420 Organics, I want to say because that's your original name. Am I right?
420 Organics
So
was my original name. Yep.
right. So I mean, I googled you, man, and I'm finding you everywhere since I've been doing my research. I've seen you on Growers Exchange on that episode
Yep.
with what's that, Mad Hater Organics over there, and
Yep.
I learned a little bit about you. But now I want you to kind of tell everybody on our show a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been growing for this is 6 years now. 2018, I started when we went legal,
Mm.
and yeah, I'm coming up to my 6th year. Um, we went
Yes.
legal in October. I started that outdoor season, so the first half of that I was still not legal. But by the time harvest time came around, I was. So that's all I cared about. I'm from Canada, Ontario. Started growing synthetically, and real quick, I got sick and tired of it. Having
Why?
20 bottles of nutrients to mix. I I heard, I don't know if it was on your show or not, but I felt like I heard somebody say this the other day, like I just felt like a scientist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
Yeah.
was.
Constantly just mixing things up and measuring things,
right.
and now it's just like
Yes.
I do the dry amendment thing. I
Yes.
make soil, and now it's just like I take a cup of this and a cup of this, and I mix it and I throw it together, and then my plants grow for me. So yeah, I'm
Nice.
loving the whole and like the organic thing. Like there's so much to dive into. You can go super simple. You can go the Gaia Green way or like the top dress dry amendments and really go
Yeah.
simple and grow kind of like Mr. Canuck, or you can
It's amazing.
go real deep and
Oh
you can do
my God, you guys.
like a Tourette grower where he's literally making every ounce of nutrients he gives his plants.
Yeah.
So
He's Canadian, isn't he?
who's that?
Mr. Canuck.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I know. I know him. He's pretty cool. I used to watch him on YouTube all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I
Yeah.
got my whole organic start was watching him,
Yeah.
and
Okay. Awesome.
I basically followed his recipe right from day one, and then I just kind of made up my own as I went.
Your soil. The soil. Oh, I'm sorry not to cut you off, Mark, but your soil. How would you? I use down to earth amendment, dry amendments.
Yep.
You use how you prepare your soil with. I have to pick your brain. I have to pick your brain.
So I just switched actually. I'm doing a little bit of a different run this time, but I use ProMix HP.
Mhm.
And
Let's go.
I buy the ProMix because it comes bare, empty,
Yeah, I've never
nothing in it.
used that.
So I
I'm scared of it. It's like
add all
nothing
my
in it.
own. I kind of make like my own super soil. So I add everything to it and I mix everything up and then I transplant my plants into that soil. And then every 3 weeks I give it a top dress.
Awesome.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hit him up. I was talking with him, just giving me some tea recipes. So Organic is a really cool dude, man, to talk to. If
Knows a lot.
you need any advice, I've never seen him, turn me down, and I think he's a good person to have. I haven't spoken with Candy, but listen, I'm pretty sure these two are pretty much two people to have
Yeah,
on your
you guys
speed
go
dial.
live
You know what I mean?
all the time.
Well, that's the
Um,
beauty too, is that if we don't know the answer, there's there's somebody in the community that knows the answer, and I point a lot of people to other people. There's no reason to keep secrets here, you know.
No.
I happen to
Yeah,
have I
yeah.
happen to have a really green thumb. A lot of people don't have green thumbs, but they still want to grow, so they need that extra bump or inspiration, or can you come look at my plants? Yeah, of course. I may not have the answer, but we'll find it for you, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because
So,
Candy and I still ask each other real dumb questions sometimes, like, how do I do this? And you're like, what? What do you mean?
right,
You know,
right.
but it's just shit you don't think about all the time, you know. And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden something comes up. I know who knows. So
right.
You know
Right.
what?
So
there's always somebody.
Yeah. You guys are
go ahead, Tom.
you guys are really nice and everything. I'm not putting nothing on blast, but I've been to a lot of lives, and the way people speak to each other in there, it's hostile. It's uncomfortable. I don't say anything. I get out actually and leave
Yep.
because I can almost tell from the first 30 seconds of the conversation. You guys are always positive and helping, and you with welcome arms. That's how you feel when you like run into you guys. To give you guys your flowers is like really not doing it justice because you guys keep it at a really nice, humble, loving perspective that I really haven't seen. So how do you guys keep that energy? How do you keep that energy when you got, oh, that's not how you do this and that, and like, listen, we do this, we've been doing this a while. You can't really tell us nothing, but you know, you get those people.
Oh, you can
But
tell us a lot for sure. We're still learning too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, people still have everybody is entitled to their opinion. So
Mhm.
as long as you always have and Organics and I really look forward to Friday nights. It's like our cut loose night. Friday nights is actually our fun night. In the fall, when we actually go back to interviewing, like that hour is more serious on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, whenever we want to do it. But we do try to keep the two evenings separate.
Yeah.
So the professionalism on the interview night and the cut loose. I mean, there's sometimes we drink 1, 2, 3 too many beers and we got to go. You know,
Right.
we're like, we're gonna just cut ourselves off right now.
Right.
But
Or we do the edible parties sometimes, and there's times where we
yeah,
definitely got to go.
there
That's
is
awesome.
That's cool.
there is
In case,
nothing more. My dog is barfing right now. That's beautiful. There is nothing
Okay.
more rewarding than hanging out with people that just want to hang out, and we're all
right,
like-minded.
right. In case our people don't understand what you're talking about, you guys do something every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Am I right?
Correct.
And
That's correct.
it's basically show your grow. Am I right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
right, and that's another beautiful thing. So this HGTC thing. Now, how
Oh,
did this come about?
yes, Mark.
I'll let Candy take this one.
Yeah, it started with a couple of members who are no longer they're just not here anymore, but they wanted to just sit down and have a conversation with me. Well, that conversation went live for over 4 hours in one night. And
Wow.
we had so much fun that they just kept bringing me back and bringing me back. And then we came up with the idea of really doing structured interviews. We've had, Pat the Soil King on. We've had
Oh
the
my
Northern
God.
Sprager. We've had Chad Westport on with us. We've had some really fabulous people that we sit down
Dry
and interview.
flower.
Dry flower, Hygrozyme. We've done everybody. Ganix and I were talking about this for the fall lineup. We still have a few up of our sleeves, but you run out of incredible people, so that is the reason that we also do Grow Me Gardens, so we can still be connected to everybody,
Yeah.
And interviews,
Absolutely.
you guys know, interviews, they take a lot of work. There's a lot of prep behind it.
Right,
You have to do your
right,
research. You have to have
right,
your answers.
right.
You have
That's
to,
Yes.
that's why we're talking. I'm kind of targeting passion. You know what I mean? Like my target is passion,
right,
and
right.
big or small. You know what I mean? It's it's a beautiful thing to focus on and to show people who people's passions. You know what I mean? And hearing
Okay,
their stories.
yeah. I gotta ask a question. What is the deal with how is how is your relationship with Instagram? Let's say that. Let's say it that way. Like, what is the deal? What is
Like
the
Instagram as a
deal?
whole, as in like the platform. Is
Yeah, and
that what?
us as growers. Like, what is the? I'm
He
really.
Well,
just like
would you like me to
What
Right.
take
is
this
the?
one?
I
What is the
think
problem?
I think it's time for another 4-hour conversation. You know what I mean? And we got to kind of figure out a different platform or something where
Is there a different?
the respect of growers is just the respect of everyone, the same respect everyone else gets.
Yeah,
I agree.
we need. We
So
need a fair shot. I
this
need
is my
like,
sixth account.
and
I've
why?
been
What is
here.
the reason to
I've been
keep
here.
banning?
December will be 2 years for me that I've been on Instagram total, and I lost my very first account really early on, but that wasn't because of Instagram. That was because of these scammer hacker people. So I lost my first account, came back, and right after that is when I met Candy and the other people that were in Homegrow at the time, and then it kind of took off, and I
Yeah,
joined in at that time. But then my account started growing. Now that I'm hanging out with these cool cats, my account started growing a little bit, and people started noticing me. So now I don't know if it's people that report you. I don't know if it's people. I don't know if I don't know if it's people or if it's Instagram. To be honest with you, at this
I'm
point
scared to
anymore.
death.
Um,
yes,
but
you should be.
the reason why my name is Mr. Organics now is because I literally ran out of ways to spell 420 organics.
Oh my god!
You know, and
It
and
is,
and Candy's been calling me Ganix
I mean,
forever, so I
you
mean,
can
it just
laugh,
made
man,
sense.
I'm
but
sorry.
I can
it
only
is
imagine
funny.
all the effort you put into all, and then you
That's
lose it just
crazy.
for a reason that they can't give you.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
Like it
and
breaks
They just
and
community
take it.
guidelines, but I'm legal here. It's a legal
right,
country. We're federally legal here in Canada,
Oh
and I understand
my
they
god,
they
you
do
guys
this
are
across.
federal here?
Yes, sir.
I've never. No, okay, that's what. No, federal ain't budging where we are. That's amazing. I gotta ask you guys, not to bring it off topic. We're gonna bring it right back there. What made Canada go legal? What was the reason? Did they just be like,
Um,
what was it? What
they
was it always?
they probably honestly just realized like smoking tobacco is legal, drinking alcohol is legal, and they make a shit ton of money off tax,
Yeah,
right.
right?
I would
And
assume
like
so.
you don't hear about people dying of cannabis poisoning
Right.
No,
or any of that.
no,
You don't hear about people smoking weed and getting crazy and falling off a bridge or being stupid
no.
like people do on alcohol or whatever. So I
Yeah,
think they just honestly realized like this is a really big avenue to make
Hmm.
more money
Right.
as a country. And to be honest, I
I
think
asked.
Right,
that's what it was.
Yeah, I
right.
asked because I want to know what's wrong with the United States.
Yeah,
What are we
what
dragging?
is wrong with us?
It seems like every country has it together. They got it. We're doing it, and we're doing it good. It seems like here it's like you guys can't even get past. It doesn't. I realize it doesn't matter if you legalize it state. The federal is still there on the back end of it, and it seems like they have more. I don't know if they got more weight, but it seems like it's like their final decision, and that really makes it hard for them to make content, man. Like
Right.
it's really
Kind of like
hard.
it's kind of like the DEA final decision. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? They have to make the
Yeah.
decision whether or not if it's considered like cigarettes or something like that, or if it's
Right.
And
they
we
have
were
to put it on a certain level of. There's levels.
Yeah,
Well,
You know.
and
and
and yes, I do feel that if if they were to make it federally legal in the states, yeah, there should be limits to it, and that's fine. But
yeah,
within that, I feel that Instagram knows what state we're from. They know whether or not our
Right.
state is legal. And
Right.
they should be more on top of that. So if we are creating content, we're not being shadow banned or blocked, or like right now, I just went public again. I try and switch it up. But I just went public again, and they want me to take down 7 posts, and I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. There's some of my higher
I got
volume
five.
liked posts, and I
Right.
refuse to do it. So that just means that people outside of my following can't see it, but that's
Right.
okay. You can see the rest of my
Right.
post, you know.
Right. I'm fine. Like I'm kind of already fine with the recommendations. I can, I'm not really looking for any help of Instagram for anything, you know what I mean, right now. I
Right.
just want to be left alone
Yeah.
and just have my little
Free.
diary,
Exactly.
showing people what I'm doing with my
Yeah.
grow, you know what I
Well,
mean?
and especially with Canna Brothers, you guys keep it like with the interviews. So your actual Canna Brother account will be left alone. It's just whether or
No,
not your individual. Oh,
No.
Canna Brothers has been hit already too?
listen. I went into the account.
It was the pictures. It was the pictures or something. I don't know. I guess it's the
So
pictures
dumb.
of.
changed them all. Marv told me to change all the pictures, and I came to him. I'm like, Marv, hey, I woke up one day, and not only is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 91 videos, and I'm like, so I'm like, okay. I go into the account. What is the guidelines? Okay, maybe it's the weed post. I go in. I change it all. The very next day, I got a. They're saying your bio. I can't say who I am
I
in
get
the bio.
that too.
It's a strike on that. And the ones in the 82 that I put an appeal through, they're like, absolutely not. Not one. And they're like, and your entire account cannot be. I'm not going to stop, but what is your deal? What is your problem? So, yeah, my heart,
I got the same thing. My bio always goes against the guidelines.
even,
My logo has gone against guidelines. Like I had a different logo before. I
yeah.
had to switch that up. So now I'm what I am now. Well, that also goes against the guidelines. My name went against the guidelines. Everything I said in my bio went against guidelines. I'm like, okay. So
Wow.
I
They,
figured, I'll change from the 420. Like Mr. Gannix has nothing to
Right.
do with cannabis whatsoever.
Right.
But it's still not okay.
oh, so maybe you
You know.
just can't even
Just
say
want to
the
be
word.
left alone, man. Right? That's all. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm understanding now, but so they just take accounts. How does this work? If it were to happen, in this, Lord forbid, would somewhere
You'll
they just take
Yeah,
it?
you'll get a notification that your account has been suspended. Then you have to, there's an appeal process to it. Sometimes they get to it and sometimes they don't. If they don't, there's actually something that is Googleable that is a separate sheet that you can fill out, but only fill it out once. If you do it multiple times, you're out of luck. And sometimes it takes a day and they apologize, and sometimes it takes a year and you get your account back.
Yeah.
So you should always have some backups to your backups just in case it ever happens.
Like I've lost my account.
We can't
I don't know
even
how many
share.
times.
We can't even post a comment sometimes,
Uh,
and this is like you can't. Now they ban. It's not just the page. Now they don't want you to say anything. Like it's just like
Yeah.
this is all new to me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna shut
I've
up
got
and just wait.
strikes in lives before in the comments. Like I'm just typing, having a conversation with somebody, and then next thing you know, it pops up with that message, the big triangle on your screen saying like you've gone against community guidelines, blah 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 blah. Your post is being removed. It's like it's not even a
What is
post.
it?
It's just a comment in a live. Like
So you mean to tell me that the sexual aspect of it is okay, and what is the deal with that? What is the
yes,
deal with and guns?
sell your guns and your coke while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
about
yeah,
installing our
it'd be drugs.
intelligence, right?
You're right.
But don't show your plants. Mm-mm.
That's the,
Don't show
Okay.
these plants.
I've
I
seen
just want
people
to make
get in
sure
trouble for a tomato plant before.
Yeah.
you gotta be
Like-
fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
I'm
because
tired of
they're-
it
Yeah. Well, you're
already. Already.
I'm already tired.
It's crazy, man.
All right.
Man, I don't.
That's insane.
How long have you guys been growing?
Oh,
I've been growing about 5 years.
Yeah.
about
I've been
Nice.
growing
2.
about. I've always been growing vegetables for. I've been in the garden for I can say about 10 years.
No, I just
And
Nice.
started. I just started. That's why I ask so many questions.
No, you
I'm
should.
like the newbie. I know you guys are like, you know this, but man, what you guys say to me it like sinks into my brain because I love plants.
but I don't know anything about organic making soil until I started growing cannabis.
Nice.
That wasn't an interest when I was growing. I was grab a bag of Miracle Grow, you know, throw your vegetables in it, and
Yeah.
hopefully if it
Do you
works,
guys
it works. But I got
reuse
my
your
hand in the dirt.
You're right. Do you reuse your soil?
Yes.
Yes, I
All the
do.
That's
Beautiful.
time.
that's the best.
You know what? I've been around you guys for about a good month. You know what I mean? Because we've been bumping into your whole team and been learning a lot more about organic soil making, and I'm feeling a lot more confident about my next grow. I
Right.
went and bought 4 35-gallon bins, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let it sit for a couple weeks from my clones, and I'm waiting to get that hygrobin and all of that stuff, and I'm excited about this next grow and trying to put it all the way. Well, it's already organic, but I've been buying soil that's pre-made, you know,
Right.
yes, yes, yes.
But
That's what I need in my
Stuff, yeah.
hands. Then
hey,
I'll feel
listen.
more.
Oh wow.
If you don't journal, start journaling. Like your exceptional. You should journal
What's up,
all of
Herbie?
your growth. Like I have a whiteboard out in the garage where my tents are. And I write when I pop my seeds. I write how tall my plants are when I flip them into flower. I write when I drop when my next runs are going to be. I haven't. It's not that I have a smart brain. I just don't smoke, so I don't usually forget stuff. But I just feel like every grow that I've done has exceeded the previous grow. So as long as you're seeing
Yes.
forward movement, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Don't
Candy's
make the same
way
mistake.
more organized than I am.
Yeah, don't make the same mistake twice because that just bites you in the bud,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Candy, I see that you're growing some pink runts over there.
Yeah, I just
That's looking good. Was that the one you were having problems with trying to? Was that outdoors?
I have a pink runts that's still outside that's beautiful. No, both those pink runts. I actually had during CIU, I had a plant that took up my entire 4x4 and she hermed right into flower.
No.
So and that was the saddest. Probably she was going to be enormous, and I cut her down.
It's like
But the
oh,
rest of the ladies have been doing very well.
that was
Awesome.
that was great.
Mr. Again, I'm going to get back to you, but Candy is really a wonderful human being. I mean, she's just
The
awesome
woman of
to
cannabis.
right.
We love it.
Now, I also been doing some research, and I noticed because I see your haircut. You know what I mean? And I seen your post and about for cutting your hair for cancer, and I mean
That's
that's the
awesome.
more I think about it, the more it tells me who you are, like what kind of person you are. You know what I mean?
I,
The
I love it.
9/11
I
giveaway,
love
you
it.
guys just I missed, and I won something, but I wasn't there on time. You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
took your name
But
off the
I
reel, huh,
won. I
Chad?
won though.
Yeah.
I feel like I won still.
Yeah.
I was freaking out,
But
man. I was like, Bob, where are you? We won. You won. But he wasn't
yeah,
there.
but
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Tell
got
tell
the
me
you
tell
got the
me
dry
more about your
flower.
passion for just all of this. I just kind of think it's awesome.
I really just, I'm a people person by nature. I am not a rich person by nature, but wherever I can give, I want to give. So my hair actually went to Children with Hair Loss.
oh,
They're a company based out of Michigan that refused no wigs to any child who has an illness. So my hair was 22 inches and it was 9 separate cuttings. So it weighed it was right under 2 pounds of hair I sent. Um, 9/11. I'm
think
just super
it was.
attached to that day because it's my birthday anyways. But I just
Um,
feel that if we can spend organics, then I can
Happy
spend. And
birthday. Happy birthday.
happy
oh, thank you.
belated, Queen. Happy
Um,
Yeah.
belated.
yeah, it's not. You know, it's so funny. It's not really about my birthday because we plan the whole year to do the giveaway. Like that's we put a lot of effort into that, and we want to make sure that everybody can walk away with something. And this year we
That
did
was
it.
awesome. That was dope.
Everybody who was
That was
left on the
so
wheel got
big, dude.
something.
You guys
Yeah,
do it big.
yeah, it
That
was
was
fun. My
Absolutely.
I
But that's
thought
yeah,
the
for
it
thing
one
was
too. Like
so
person
fun.
was
a lot of these people that they come out and they want to do a giveaway every live they do. Let's do giveaways. Let's do giveaways. Well, we would rather do one big giveaway and then maybe like one here and there throughout the year. You know what I mean? But we would rather just have one night, one big show, and give it all away. And
Oh,
September 11th just seems to be a great day to do that.
Yeah.
I was
that's
shocked.
awesome.
I
That's
was
big.
shocked how much you got. It was so. That was the biggest giveaway I've ever seen, right, babe? That was just insane. We're like, and you guys were giving away
Good stuff.
serious stuff. I was freaking out, man. Like, wasn't I was screaming all from the living room, dude.
Well, you know, it's funny because really between Ganix and myself, those are all of our regular sponsors anyways. So not only do they send product throughout the year to make sure that we're happy,
Yeah.
then they go above and beyond to do it all again for this giveaway, which is, I mean,
Yeah.
it is so funny. They're like, "Hey, Candy, do you need anything?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I could use this." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, and the giveaway is next month. Can you help?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
Of course
Absolutely.
we can."
wow.
Quiet. Oh
That's
my
a
gosh.
blessing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really making those human connections. Like I'll use Lotus Nutrients for an example. Stephanie is my rep for Grow Strong Industries. She's having a baby next month, so I sent her a baby gift, knowing that she's due. She's like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh, you just don't have to do that," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you are so good to me as a person,
Yep.
you
yeah.
know."
Yeah.
You don't really find it in any other community than the cannabis world.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah, I noticed that.
Very
I
true.
noticed that.
very
I think I
low.
came in, it's about my second year on Instagram, and I've started here. I mean, been raised here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know anything, and I had a
Yeah.
couple people inbox me, and it's just all love. I haven't left since. You know what I mean? I left my friends and everybody. I've been over here since. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yep.
These are my new friends. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like this is my new
And
thing.
This
You
is my
know?
family,
it's my
Right.
you
family
know,
now.
if people are down or people aren't feeling well, you know, or you don't see them on Instagram, you're like, "Oh crap, I haven't seen this person. Let me make sure they're
Check
okay."
on them.
You know.
Yep.
You guys, please keep talking. I'm gonna take my puppy outside really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
He's
Yes, man.
we want to talk to
barking right
we
now.
got questions that we got for the grow me over here too.
Yeah.
So
We spare no expense. Don't
you
you worry.
indoor, outdoor. You you growing in trees probably in clubhouses and everywhere, man. I know you got stuff.
Yeah.
I
What
started.
You're
I
set up the
started
same.
with outdoor.
Oh really? All right. So
Yep.
what do you prefer
What do you
better?
like?
What is your
Uh, I prefer indoor for sure because I play God indoors. You know, I'm Mother Nature inside. I control everything.
yeah,
I don't have
Yeah.
to deal with bud rot. I don't have to deal with powdery mildew. I don't have to deal with any of that inside.
right.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but you
Yeah.
know,
I
outside.
never dealt with
I
it.
ch-
Like in,
I chopped an auto outside 2 weeks ago because it already had bud rot. You know,
how does bud
well,
rot
I was
happen?
moisture.
How does
So
this bud rot stuff? How does this happen? You know? And why can't
it's
you
it's
smoke this stuff?
it because
I've never had bud rot. Like,
it's mold. It's a mold.
oh,
So what
all right.
happens is, I live in in the summertime it's really hot, but when you start getting into this time of year, it's really damp, it's humid, it rains a lot. Even when it doesn't rain, you wake up in the morning and everything is wet. It's covered in like that layer of dew.
Oh,
So you wake up in the morning and like I try to go out there every morning and shake my plants off, or you take the leaf blower and you blow them off,
it's from the
just to get as
water.
much of that water off as you can, because your buds are like sponges. So as soon as that water gets on there, it just absorbs everything. And
Yeah, I
that's
can
why,
look
like, when you grow
this
indoors
stuff
and
up,
you're
but
in
it's
flower, you
different.
want to try to bring your humidity down so that it's not so damp and moist.
Right.
So
Right.
in flour, you don't want it moist, humid.
No,
What?
Mm-mm.
no.
Well, I understand what the hell I've been doing wrong. I'm dead serious too. I thought you wanted to keep it like 60, 70. Wrong.
No. I try to
I've
50-50.
keep
read
my
this.
humidity down below 50 in flower.
I've read this.
Yeah. Veg, you're good. Veg, they love the humidity. They love the heat. They love the humidity. But as
Okay.
soon as you do that flip, and maybe not even for the first like couple weeks when you're in flip, but like while they're going through that stretch, but as soon as you start seeing flowers on there, you want to bring your humidity down.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay. Cause this when I just recently we lost like our ounce, right? That's burger breath. It was like an ounce, and then molding, and I was like, I just left it in. I just left it at for a day, and
Yeah.
when I came
Yep.
back, it was just like all one, and it was pulling it apart. It was like spitting out white spores. Now I tried to dry this. I didn't smoke it yet. I tried to dry this.
Yeah,
Even
don't
when it
smoke it.
dried, I cracked it a little bit, and
It proved.
I'm just like this, and it smells. So I'm like, you just can't smoke this. But I didn't know what the hell I did because I've never really experienced it, and it's
Yeah.
got so weed doesn't like moisture.
No.
No.
It's
Not in
different.
flower, they don't. The actual flowers do not, no. So like
And then drying
even,
too.
yeah.
That's why I was
Drying's even lower.
freaking out about the dryer that we won. I was like, because I'm like, I was
So,
telling him.
what curing methods do you want to explain? The best curing methods,
Yeah.
because that's probably where it's the ending. You did all of this work.
Oh,
Your soil was right. Your pHs was right on, and your buds and your trichomes and everything you wanted to see just was there. And then now it's time to cut the plant down and get it to safety.
Yep.
Right.
Explain to me
Um,
what procedure you think I should follow.
well,
right.
I go through, and the very first thing that I do before I even cut the plant, I pull all the big fan leaves off, and I try to hang the plant as a whole plant if you can.
Yeah.
And I leave some of the I leave all the sugar leaves, like the little small leaves and stuff like that, and I dry trim that. But I hang it up there. I try to do like a 10 to 14 day dry, and right around the 60% mark for drying is usually been pretty good with me. And if you keep it down, like they say, 62, 62. So 62 degrees, 62% humidity is
Right.
a good level to go with. It's a good
Oh,
guideline to go with. And then after
And
you get to
dark.
that 10 to 14, and dark, yes. And then you get to that 10 to 14 days, and then I pull those plants out of the dry tent and trim everything up, and I put them right into a grove bag, and I leave them there as long as I can.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something. I gotta do it. This can't
What are
Yeah.
you
happen again.
what are you growing now? What do you got? What are you growing? Are you growing anything that we need to know about? What is
Yeah,
there
what you guys
anything or
like to
something
smoke?
you hunting for
Right
anything?
now, I'm growing 2 strains from Premium Cultivar, which is Granddaddy Purple and Premium Cookie. And then I'm growing one, I think he's in the chat actually, from Lowe's Grows. I'm growing one of his strains, and that's Sweet Candy.
Yeah.
And
He's
then
got
I got,
beautiful.
yeah, he does. And I got 4 other little baby plants right now. They're part of a grow off with Most Wanted Genetics, and the grow off is hosted by Cosmic Cotton Candy. And those are Vaderade is what we're growing. And that's Garlotti crossed with Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
little, just a
you got
little
a lot
baby
going
a little
Yoda.
bit, maybe. Yeah, and then
That's
outdoors,
dope.
I got a couple plants from our grow along. It's not a contest. It was just another thing to bring people in the community together, and those are
that's
from
cool.
Delica Seeds, and that's the juice. And
So
then
you had a grow
Mm,
on,
Yeah,
grow along.
just
we're
growing.
having
Yeah,
just a grow along.
grow
There
along.
was no start time. There's no end time, and I'm one of the only ones not growing that plant, so I get to judge it at the end. We'll see
Awesome,
what we'll see what happens.
yep.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
super cool.
That's and then that's bringing the community together again. So I
Yeah.
mean, we can find you guys on YouTube also.
Nah.
We do have a YouTube channel.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
We
do.
started it. We started. So when we were doing the interviews, we thought, okay, you know what? We'll start saving them. We'll archive them. We'll
Yeah,
download them to our phones. We'll
Yes.
start putting them over
Yeah,
on
awesome
YouTube.
content.
But I did a couple of them. I hosted a couple of them. I was able to download them. Candy had the rest of them on her account, but for whatever reason, she
I
wasn't able
can't.
to download them. So the
wow.
ones that I did ended up on YouTube, and possibly the ones from like when we start up in the fall again, maybe they might end up on YouTube. We'll see.
Yeah.
Awesome,
We're gonna be
awesome.
on YouTube on Saturday though with the Last
Yes, we
Christmas
are.
Project.
We're subscribed to
Oh really?
all your notifications, so we'll get it on our phone,
Yeah.
and we're there.
We're really excited.
Well,
Pat
it won't. It
said
won't
Candy's
pop
gonna
up.
be
So
joining us.
It won't.
you
No,
got to go check out Let's Be Buds.
we'll send you the
Let's
link.
Be Buds is the host. It's his YouTube channel that it'll be broadcasted from, and
Oh, we are. I'm already subscribed to him.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
When you have
that'll
a
be
moment
over
in
on
your head,
YouTube.
it's like
Oh,
a-
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you a
and I
question,
think
Miss
Leanne
Candy.
was actually talking to you guys about that a little bit yesterday about
Yeah.
the Last Prison Project.
Oh man, she's gonna be everywhere. Dude, she does really good on TikTok. I'm just saying. Like she does really good on TikTok. Really good. I don't know if she knows that, but it was a really great conversation yesterday. Miss Candy, I must ask you, have you ever smoked weed? Like, I need it. Ever? Really?
I do. No, I mean, I've never had a desire. Some of the names of the plants are a huge, like, curiosity factor for me, just because I would love for them to smoke the way they sound, but I
Yeah.
have no desire at all. Like I'm slugging coffee right now. I just don't do it. I think that it maybe sometime, maybe one day I will, and then I'll
That's
be like,
okay.
oh, dang, I've been missing out on it the whole time. But I
My
don't.
You're
whole
just an
life.
amazing grower.
I just like growing. I really,
Yeah,
both of my kids grow, so and it's not. My son isn't growing right now, but my daughter grows, so it's like I just sent her home with some. I'm like, just tell me how it is. And my AK-47. She's like, okay, mom. So um, we'll see. She's
yeah,
We
always
make
very
edibles and
honest
stuff
too.
like
That's
that though too.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
that's
get the ladies growing. Yeah, get them into growing. You
yeah.
know,
Mhm.
I
let them
gotta
get to.
one more question. Do you mind, Mark?
No, gosh, we could
No,
stay all
Oh,
night.
go ahead, because I got one more question too. I mean,
go, go
I
for
could
it,
keep
bro.
saying one more question if you like, but I know I do have a question.
Keep
But go
going.
ahead.
All right. Oh man, I feel bad doing it, Mark. Are you good? We cool? Okay.
Go ahead.
Listen, women in cannabis. How do you feel about the stigma, the energy that women have presented in cannabis now? And to be one of them, I have to touch on it because that's what we like. How do you feel where it's going and where it could be entrepreneurially for women?
I think that it's moving in the right direction. We had this conversation a couple of years ago where it was so the men always grew, and the men would take the rap if something happened, and the woman would stay home and take care of the family. Well, that's just not the case anymore. I think we're bolder, we're louder, we're stronger, we're more nurturing to the plant. But I have said this thousands of times. It is the most beautiful sight to see men get so excited about what they're doing. You know, you will, minus having children in what you do, you'll never find, I mean, I'm sure your wives are like, oh my God, they're in the garden again. You know, but it's because you
My girl,
care and because you're passionate about it. I think for women in the cannabis industry, we've barely touched the surface, because now we know that there's more of us out there, and we do a bang up job. I'm not just me, not just the mama kushes, everybody, every female that's out there that we see, they're amazing, you know. And a lot of women, we're just not intimidated by you guys. You know what I mean? And we don't mean that in a bad
and
way.
there's a lot of guys out there trying to intimidate you.
Listen,
And
I
shame on you
am
guys.
one of the guys every day in and day out. And if you have some smack to talk, you can talk it. I mean, I can mute you, I can delete you. I hope that I don't ever have to do that. But, you know, and I'm the person, if I saw something on your grow, I'd never call you out on your page. I'm just going to send you a message and, hey, go check this out. Maybe you could do this, or maybe you could do that. And I hope that I get the same respect in return, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just about being humans to each other. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm a female or a male or whatever people identify as. It doesn't matter to me, you know. I don't care.
We're growers.
Yeah, we're all growers here.
Yeah, we're from the same planet, man.
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, much respect to the lady growers out there.
Yes.
I got along with more of the lady growers than men growers. They pointed me to the right direction for lit logos, for if I needed to get some, you know, to trust people who I can trust on here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think I can trust them. You know, I know that for sure.
Well, I've been hanging out with Candy for 2 years almost now, so I mean, you know,
you're good money, bro.
My was my best friend. You know what I mean? But anyways, we work better together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm a person where I feel like there's a place for you if you feel that way. You know what I mean? But if it's not in that place, don't force yourself on people. You know what I mean? Kind of go where the macho-ness is at, and if there's love over here, let the love be with the love. You know what I mean? Because I can't hate on the people who love to hate, because this is their world too. But there's a place for you in another chat room. You know what I mean?
Somewhere
but
else.
I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to point you out. I'm just going to stay where the love is, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the love. And we're looking for the love of the plant, because that's what's brought us here together.
Yes.
The plant, that Defiant seed. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Defiant. That Defiant seed. It's not going to go anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? But one thing I do really love, and I'm like, and I sometimes I go to it. And I browse in it, but I'm so busy. But it's the Grow Me of the Week on IG. There's nothing like it. It's unique, and no one else better not try it to do it either, because I'm coming for you. But we don't no copy.
Already been done. We own that.
Right. You guys have found. I love it. And I also love that 8 o'clock every Friday dedication to that Friday night. And I'm so upset because my lights go off at 6. And I'm like, but you know what? I'm willing to turn these lights on at 8 or whatever, because there's nothing gonna happen. I'm not gonna. My plants aren't gonna harm. You know what I mean? I'm already in a good place with these plants. Even if I can come on for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I start getting a little fidgety. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can flick them on for like 10 minutes. I want to come on there on Friday night. You know what I mean? Flick them on, and I want to be on there. You know what I mean? Because I can't wait to reset my lights to be on the show. You know what I mean? I think
Well, and
it's
like
dope.
we always tell people too, like if you want to guarantee, because as we're coming up to the summertime is a little bit slow because everybody's doing their thing, but in the fall and in the wintertime it picks up a little bit and it gets a little busier. So we tell people, like, if you want to make sure you get on, just send us a message through the week, and we'll make sure that you're one of the people that for surely gets on.
Right.
And
Sure.
for your type of
I'm gonna
situation,
go
if you want to be on
Friday.
right at 8 o'clock, just let me know,
Right.
earlier in the day and say, hey, I'm coming on at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's
Because
dope.
I was, and I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, my lights. But then now that my plants are ahead of the game right now, there's no change in their minds. They know what they want to do.
Right.
Because I'm always in here looking at them anyways at night, bothering them. So.
Well, and it's funny because I really feel that between, like, with Home Grow the Community, there's so many first timers. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. You just flip your little camera around. But so many people will accidentally then flip the camera, and they're like, oh my gosh, and it's like that deer in the headlight look. But so many first timers have been on our show, so it's really, they come back week after week, and we want to see
Defiant Seed. Defiant Seed was one of them. He came on our show.
There's Northern.
You guys
Yeah.
made him show his face, huh?
No, we didn't make him show his face. That was just his first time being live.
Yeah.
He came on, and I've seen him everywhere after that. He was with you guys right after that.
Yeah, he just did, or was going to do something earlier this week too. But yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, well, look. I saw that. Good one.
Northern Scrogger is in the house right now. He has taught me so much.
Troy? Oh yeah. That man has taught a lot of people a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh man, definitely. We definitely want to hear everybody's story, man. I mean, we just want to hear the stories.
Right.
You know what I mean? We want to hear people's story. We want to give people their flowers. You know what I mean? We let them know that we see them, what they're doing.
Right.
Even the smallest ones who are willing to show and talk and
hit
tell.
That man up after the show.
Hey man, what does this mean? 24 minutes remaining.
You have 24 minutes.
24 seconds.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Seconds.
Done.
Okay.
You get the timer at the 30-second mark.
What is that?
Want to wrap it up?
That's an hour.
Hopefully we can work together in the future.
I'm stuck, got me half one blunt, it's up.